Howdy folks, we're gonna do a color pop here using Lightroom and Photoshop. So first, I'm in Lightroom. I gotta find my photos to use for the color pop assignment, and we are going to do that now. So I'm in Lightroom here. This is not the photo I'm gonna use. I'm gonna go find my photo. So I'm gonna hit the import button in the library module over here. Import. We're gonna go find the photo. My photo is in the photography new NAS, Mr. Bigger folder, for class, and color pop. That's the one I'm going to use, but you're going to find your own photo to use, of course. And so once I've found the photo, I can hit the import button here, import it to the library of Lightroom. So here it is here. I'm going to take this photo here and now develop it using the develop module over here. And so you can see it large here. I'm going to take this kid's pink hoodie here and use the pink as my main color that I'm going to color pop, and the rest of it's going to be black and white. First, I'm going to adjust it just a little bit to make the pink stand out because it's kind of a pale pink, and it's not the best photo for this assignment, but it'll work for our purposes. So I'm going to just take this tint slider here, and all I care about is the pink. So we're going to push that pink up a little bit, make it a bit better, a bit more vibrant and saturated, so we have a good pink to use for our main color. Once I've done that, I'm going to click on this little bar down here, and I'm going to hit Control apostrophe. And you can see that's created two copies of the same photo. It's called a virtual copy. You can also do that up here under Photo, create virtual copy. And that'll make it so that you have two copies, because we're going to take one of those copies there, and we're going to convert it to black and white by hitting the black and white slider up here. And now that one's black and white, and this one's color, but everything else is exactly the same. It's really important that at this stage of what we're doing, we're not going to crop. Usually we tell you to crop first, but in this particular case, we're going to crop at the very end so that the photos are exactly the same when we're doing this. So we have our black and white photo. Now you can take some time there and, just adjust the black and white a little bit. As long as you're not changing the sides of the photo by cropping it, then let's make the black and white stand out a little bit, make it a little bit, give it some texture. So the black and white's a bit better than washed out like the original shot. So I've adjusted the pinks on this one and made the black and white slightly better on this one. And now we're ready to export it to Photoshop. So we're going to first select the black and white photo and export it to Photoshop. Now, because these are both Adobe products, Adobe Lightroom and Adobe Photoshop, they work together really well. All you need to do in Lightroom is hit Control E on the photo, and we made some Lightroom changes to it. So you can see here it says edit a copy with Lightroom adjustments. It's exactly what we want. We made it black and white in Lightroom. So we're going to hit edit, and it's going to start opening Photoshop. Now I actually have Photoshop open over here, so I'm going to click on that Photoshop there, and there we go. We have our photo in Photoshop. But we want to layer one on top of the other in Photoshop. And so we're going to go back to Lightroom and do the same thing again with our color photo. And this one's going to go on top of the other photo. So again, I'm going to hit Control E to export that with the adjustments. So we get that nice bright pink. And there we go. And now we have these two photos, but we got a little bit of a problem because we actually have them as separate files here. You can see at the top here, these are tabs like an internet browser. And so we want to take this one and put it on top of the other one. No, we want to take this one and put it on top of the other one. So Mr. Dickens instructing me over my shoulder here. You can't see that. So I'm going to take and grab this photo and make it sort of pop into its own window from the tab. Just do that again for you. You can dock the tab, or you can have it as your own little window here. And I'm going to take this one and put it on top of the color one. So I'm going to get the move tool here and just drag and move over top. And then I'm going to close that down. We don't need that anymore. And then you can see it has to match up exactly. But if you start dragging it around, you'll get these little pink helping guides. What we want is the crosshairs. So we know it's exactly in the middle of the other one. So everything's exactly matched up. So there we go. We got that all set to go. And then we're almost to the stage where we're going to be cutting this top part out. It's kind of like a mask over top of the other one. We can even rename this, color, and this one black and white. And so what we're going to do is we're going to make this into like a transparency on top of the other one, and then we're going to cut out a mask of it so that you can see the color underneath. And you do that by clicking on this little like flag over here. Looks like a circle cut out of a square, a rectangle, and that's called a layer mask. We're going to turn this photo into a layer mask. Should have this little symbol with a big white square there. And now we can do the cutting procedure of doing this. And you do that by taking your brush, pressing B for the brush tool, okay? And then we're going to change the brush settings to be 100% hardness. Change the size, it's a pretty big size, okay? All right, sorry, folks, we paused for a second there. So we've got the brush selected here, and I just can't see one of the tools that I need, so I'm going to just pop out my toolbar, and now I can see this. So how the brush works, go back to making it a layer mask here. How the brush works is we've got black and we've got white. Those are our two colors that we're going to use for the brush, and I'll show you how it works here. You just click on the brush when it's white, and click, nothing happens. If we click on the black here, and a quick way to do that is just to hit the X button. X, as you can see over here, flips between the two colors, black and white. If I go to the black, that's what we're actually going to use to cut something out. So if I use that, oh, forgot my opacity. I was sort of doing it. You could sort of see, if I go up to here, my opacity. There you go. Let's go back. Thought I changed this already. Hardness 100%. Opacity 100%. And now we're just running through this hoodie here with this all maxed out. And if you just keep working on it, it cuts away. But we got a bit of a problem here. Remember, you can zoom in on Photoshop, holding the Alt key down. You can see we got a little bit of a problem here. We're cutting into his skin a little bit, which we don't want to do. So we're going to go back to change it to white again. And white's kind of like an eraser. It adds that back in. So we can do real quick changes here. We'll zoom out again, go back to black, come around here, try to get it as best as we can in sort of broad strokes. We're just going to keep on brushing away, and I'm not going to spend all this time on the video here brushing everything. We're just going to quickly do that in the background. I'll just pause it and do that. But first I want to show you how to change the brush size. So a really easy way to change the brush size is with the square brackets on your keyboard. So we can make like a huge thing here, or we can come in here for tiny details. There's also this slider up here. You can change the size. So those two tools will help you a lot, changing from black and white. And I'm just going to pause it here and then come back in a minute or two with a fully done photo for exporting. So I'll show you how to export as well. Okay, so as you can see, we have a pretty much done object. I could do better, but I want to show you how to export it first. So we got these two layers here, as we said. So in order to save it as a file that we can actually see on the computer, we've got to flatten the layers first. So we're going to go up to the layer option here, go all the way down to the bottom where it says flatten image. And this is going to squish the two layers together. So there's no mask anymore. It's just a complete photo. As you can see in our layers panel, there's no layers left. Okay, now we're going to save that in our folder like we always do. Go down to save as. Okay, change the option from TIFF to, oh, it's not there. Don't worry about that then. We're going to have to export it, I guess. We're going to export as, and it's going to take a bit to draw it on the screen. We're going to change the option here from PNG to JPEG. Let's crank the quality up because you're quality people. And then we'll hit export, this blue button down here. And it's going to say, where do you want that exported? I want that in my folder, which I'm Mr. Bigger's going to put in my folder. for class. I call it ColorPop in its own directory. I'm going to call it ColorPop edit so I know what it is. And then I'm going to press save. And there you are done. Thanks for watching THSS Tech. Have a good day.